Hello world, welcome back to the Summer 23 Let's Play of Shadowrun Daggerfall, the Director's Cut. Dragonfall, yeah, that's what I said. And, oops, didn't mean to do that. Now let's get back into it. In the last episode, we finished up the Safehouse mission, finished the vault, and now we're just getting back to the safe house. You underestimate me, Chief. I never let my guard down, not even here. I ended up there after the anarchist revolution of 39. Just a kid back then, too young to realize how good I was. Excuse me. How much money I could make working in the shadows. Oh, wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me. I'm a trustworthy guy. There's Dante. Good dog. Iger has told me of Green Winter's death. Oh, that's right. We ran into him. He was dead. Just like Monica. From some of the stories that Monica told me, I don't doubt it. All the same, Iger was badly shaken by the sight of Winter's corpse. She tried to hide it, but I could tell. She also mentioned that you found something in Winter's safe, a package full of old discs. May I see them? Of course. God. I haven't seen one of these since I was a boy. This is a DVD-RW. A data storage medium from the mid-2000s. I'm amazed that Winters was able to find a device that can play it. The first disc that I looked at might be readable. The others are damaged, some severely so. I have my doubts about them. For now, let's concentrate on the undamaged disc. There's a shop outside the data haven. Talk to the proprietor. Oh, he's right outside, literally. I'm on it. Probably. Might take a bit of doing, though. I love working with these old corp drones. I'll leave it in your hands. Hang on a second, there was something else I wanted to talk to you about. Really, that is old tech. Very old. In fact, just a moment, I'll look. Ah, yes, here we are. This display has enough hookups to connect the DVD player RCA. You know, well, vintage. The player itself, though, this I do not have. You may try your luck at the junkyard. There's a scavenger there. Primitive man with a crude disposition. If anyone here in the... Alright. Let's... You are not here for gossip. Shall we conclude our business? Ah, very well. Okay, junkyard. Come on, Dante. You're a good big boy. That's the guy. DVD. That little shrew sent you my way, huh? The wonders never cease. Wonderful. Well, let's see. I think I've got something that'll work for you. Korean player that I dug up last week. 2010 model. A real beauty. I'll fix her up and get her running without any disc, but without any disc to read. I must use it for a paperweight. Get me a cup of Turkish coffee, the real stuff, not the fake junk. I'll give you the DVD player. Sound like a deal? We'll see. Where's Turkish coffee? I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to give him 500. Or beat him up. One of the two. I really wish I could get into the spirit of one of these, of this world. I mean, a Shadowrunner doesn't have to be a bad guy, they're just anti-corp. Return to Paul. Don't keep us in suspense. Start the damn thing already. February 23 went to the trouble of fetching everything. Let's do him the honors. Amsel steps back, clearing the path for you to access the antique machine. A soft whirling sound fills the air, and the ancient DVD player spins the disc up to speed. The scratched LCD display comes to life, and the menu fills the screen. The screen goes black. Cheerful digital chiming sound spills out the display speakers. A crackle of static fills the air, coupled with a shrill electronic whine. After a few moments, the display goes live, and a disheveled-looking man appears on the screen. His eyes glitter with excitement. The timestamp on the screen is 2034 9:50. Hey, that'd be my birthday in 2034. I will be old. Hermie, I think we found her. After all this, Firewing, I knew she wasn't dead. His speech is jittery. You can hear the urgency in his voice. She survived the Dragonfall. Just as I've always said, I knew it, and I was right. The Screen explodes in the static, blah blah blah. Dante lets out a low whimper. The screen clears and the excited voice is closer to the screen. Taking a team into the socks to retrieve her. The radiation be damned. We will take the appropriate precautions, of course, but we must go. Hermie. I think that the body may be nearby as well. Somehow she has survived for all this time. May not be back in time. Be back for some time. Look after Mom, okay? I worry about her. And Hermie, stay safe out there. I know that things are heating up in Berlin, and I know you. Student protests, civil uprising. You'll be in the middle of it, I'm sure. Just stay safe, alright? And I'll do my best to do the same. I don't know what's going to happen when I step into the socks, but I do know one thing. If the Firewing is still a danger, I will put an end to her once and for all. So this is 19 years later on Christmas Day. Found the message Adrian left me all those years ago. Got it cleaned up as best I could. Strange hearing his voice again. It's good to hear him, even if he did insist on calling me Hermie. Dr. Adrian Vauclair, hero of the people, the Dragon Slayer, my brother. Hard to believe it's been almost 20 years. Alright, so I'm going to start recording these DVDs again. For me, for Adrian, for whoever might wind up watching them. Every time I do this, it winds up feeling like a waste of time. But I keep doing it anyways on the off chance that I'll find something important. If I stumble into the clue that leads me to my brother, I know that I'm going to want it on film. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, after all. No sense in quitting now. Christ, 20 years, all this time, and still no leads. Even with all my contacts and resources. Even with my legendary bullheadedness, I've made no progress at all. I haven't turned up a single goddamn thing. Want to hear something funny? The closest I've gotten to a clue was a rumor. Apparently a team emerged from the socks a while back. Nobody's clear on the date, but get this. Supposedly, they vanished without a trace. Not much of a rumor considering I already know that you're gone, big brother. I live with that every day. Alright, this is about almost a year later. I stumbled upon this archival footage of Firewing's original attack, months before the Dragonfall. Easy to forget how devastating it was. Adrian saved a lot of people from bringing her down. I've got the footage all queued up to play, starting it now. Additional comments to follow. Low pitch whirl shifts to high pitch whine. Sort of July 6, 2012. Oh, that's very cool. Again, for those of you just joining, we are coming live from Stolberg. A few hours ago, the Dragon Firewing launched an unprovoked attack on this sleepy, harsh mountain city. And you can see the results behind me, fire, ashes, and blood. We are joined tonight by a survivor of the latest and most horrifying attack. Sir, I understand that you've been through a terrible ordeal. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me. Yes, of course. If you could, sir, could you please tell the people at home about your experience of the attack? It was horrible. Just pure chaos. So many people are dead. So many people I knew roasted alive or trampled to death trying to escape. My own house was burned to the ground during the attack. My family, we have nothing now. You all made it through the attack, though. Your wife, your kids? Yeah, we all made it, thank God. We rode out the attack in a small shelter. Me and my wife and our 2 daughters. The shelter had protected us, but the heat was just unbearable. We couldn't have stayed in there much longer than we did. How long were you holed up in there? 3, maybe 4 hours, I don't know. We just stayed inside until the heat died down and the screaming stopped. And what happened after that? When it was over, the air cooled down. We stepped outside. There was nothing left, just smoldering wreckage and the dense cloud of black, oily smoke and the stench in the air. God, that smell. It smelled like roasting meat. My girls, they found what was left of their nanny outside. Her body, what was left of it, was slumped against the shelter door. I kept telling myself that I couldn't hear her pounding to get in, but that wasn't true. I could. I just couldn't bring myself to open the door. I couldn't risk my family like that. Not for her, not for anyone. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to speak with us. Yeah. You heard it here, an absolute chilling account of tonight's attack. Again, the town of Stahlberg has been reduced to ash, another victim of the Firewing. Stay with us for more up-to-date, up-to-the-minute reporting on Firewing's reign of terror. Okay, it's time for a new approach. Adrian's a complete dead end. That much is pretty clear by now, so I'm going to do some digging on Firewing instead. Let's see where this goes. So this is almost 2 years. No, not quite. It's a little bit later. Well, that was a bust. Little progress on Firewing either. I don't know. It's weird. The information is there. It's just wrong somehow. It's too well laid out, too simple. Real life is messy, and this feels a little too neat. That's not the only thing that's nagging at me. I'm getting this tingly feeling all up and down the back of my neck again. It feels like I'm being tracked. There's no Matrix hotshot like Clockwork or Schaefer. But I'm good enough to know when someone's on my scent. Gotta install some new security measures. Can't be too careful. This is a few days after that. 9 days? 10? Yeah. Christ. I'm getting too close to something. There's a trail of bodies and there have been disappearances. Gearbox, Marcian, Peregrine, they've all disappeared within the past few years. Gearbox just went AWOL yesterday. And they were all making the same sorts of inquiries about Firewing that I've been. There are ghost stories spreading around the Decker community. Stories about Deckers disappearing and then showing up again later, but wrong somehow. Scary stuff. And I'm starting to think that it's true. I know the stories he's talking about, Chief. Never really put much stock in them, not till now. Could these rumors be related to what's happening here, or am I being paranoid? No, I don't think so. Something big is happening here, and I'm right in the middle of it. That's a bit of a leap. One other thing. Tolstoy told me a story about a kill team that might be related to all this. Apparently a Decker named Hellebore posted a theory about Firewing to the Shadowrun BBS about 5 years ago. About an hour later, a mil-spec team showed up in meat space and cooked her entire apartment with her in it. If what Tolstoy told me was true, Hellebore live posted the event. She described her killer, this great big ort with skin grafts. Then the whole thread disappeared, gone without a trace. Leap. Iger Love? Sound like he's on the right track to me. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This has got to be Firewing, all of it. Adrian was right about her. She's still alive, and she's out of the socks. She covered her tracks working the shadows, preparing to rise again. And that means I have to find you, Adrian, for everyone's sake. Thankfully, I've got a lead. For the first time in 2 decades, I've got a solid goddamn lead. I've backtraced all the Matrix nodes that Hellebore was looking into. Back when she got cooked, whoever's been purging the Matrix didn't think about that, and I found that she turned up a set of map coordinates. So now I've got a target, a place to start digging. The Harfeld Manor, conveniently located on an isolated stretch of the countryside miles away from prying eyes. Matrix records indicate that some sort of data vault exists beneath the estate. So that's what I need to get into. And this is where we come in. I think I'm going to tap Schaefer for this job. She's got the skills to bypass whatever security they're running there, and she's gullible enough to take the job in the first place. I'll feed her some line about the Flux State security and she'll eat it up with a spoon. I warned her. Time to put plans into motion. By this time tomorrow night, I should have the information that I need. And on an off chance that Schaefer gets taken out, well, that tells me something too. Can't make an omelet and all that. Until then. Alright, and this was dated the next day. Suspicions confirmed. Schaefer dead. Christ. Okay. Back up, slow down, start from the beginning. Got the call from my contact in the cruise bosser. Schaefer killed on the estate run. Matrix security at the estate cooked her brain. Considering Schaefer's skill and experience, on-site IC must have been extreme. Even by Berlin standards, security of that kind costs real money. Cost money, real money. Given the evidence uncovered so far, corporate involvement unlikely. The connection to the Firewing is too strong. So let's come right out and say it. The dragon is what we're dealing with here. The smart money says that she's coming for me next. Well, I won't go down without a fight. I've still got my contacts, I've still got my connections, and the Flux State can be a hell of a weapon for the man who knows how to manipulate it. Time for me to make my play. Ghost stories or no, missing deckers or no, I got a jack in the Matrix and start pulling strings. The countermeasures that I installed earlier should be more than enough to keep me safe for 20 minutes. For the 20 minutes I'll be in there. Schaefer's death was tragic. She was a staunch supporter of the F State, but still, all things considered, better her than me. Wow. If you're watching this, then I guess they caught up to me. They will be after you two now. What the hell is this? Why didn't you warn me about this before I came here? Not exactly. I didn't come here to be hunted by a dragon. I'm not even part of this. You are now, whether you like it or not, so quiet down and stop bothering him. Whoever you are, whatever you think you're after, you need to find Dr. Adrian Vaclar. Not because he's my brother, because if Firewing is rising again, he's the only one who can stop her. You've seen what happens to the people who get too close to this. I'm dead, and dozens others have died. You'll be next unless you find Adrian. A dragon, son of a bitch. Green Winners sent us up against a dragon. The Firewing. She lives. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at that hotel. Wait a second. We don't know for certain. The evidence seems pretty convincing to me, love. I'll even take a step further. I think the secret facility that we stumbled upon was her lair. Room falls silent. Iger and Glory exchange glances. After a moment, just think about it. The Decker that Winters got those coordinates from was posting about Firewing. Then she was killed by the same orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died. That's a direct link between the dragon, the scarred orc, and the Harfeld Manor. And then Winters was killed by the same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there. Suburb 23, someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door to her lair without even knowing it, And I think that given what we've seen, the dragon will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay. Going on the assumption that there is a dragon and that she will come after us, what do you suppose that we do about it? That's a pretty tough choice there. Not really. We find McClure. Yes, February 23 is right. Finding Dr. should be our priority. If we're going up against a dragon, we need to find ourselves a dragon slayer. Winter spent 20 years searching for Boklar, and it got him nowhere. How do you propose that we find him? With the help of an information broker. For this, no. While her Burakazi, I don't know, is very capable, a task of this magnitude is beyond him. We need to make contact with the premier information broker in Berlin. We need to talk to Alice. Alice? Best of luck. I hope that you're rich. For this, rich enough, even if only just. Who's this Alice? A most prominent figure in Berlin's shadow community. Ex-Schockwellerint. I don't know what that means. She provides information retrieval services for the F state. If Winters was right, if Vaklar is still alive, she can help us find him. Here, your key to speak with Alice. An encoded cred stick, yes, 10,000 new yen. Alice will not show her face for less. This represents the last of my personal savings, February 23. Make this meeting count. Take the U-Bahn to the Altstadt Spandau. There you will find a connecting tube to the locals refer to the rabbit hole. And you will find a method of contacting Alice there. Don't call it that in front of her, though. Word has it she hates it. Please hurry. While you're out, I will work on acquiring new contracts for the team. Alice is the best there is at what she does, and her services carry a price tag to match. Alright. Alright, that's a good stopping point. We got a lot of the exposition and story moving forward here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you in the next episode.